everything else.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I just got off live on Facebook, so I thought, why not let me just go ahead and create some content for my YouTube? Because one, I've been procrastinating, two, I've been afraid to do it, and three, I've found every reason in the world not to create content. Anyways, thank you. If you're here, that means you have came to my channel. I go by the name of Takeoff Tammy, and I just want to welcome you guys. Hopefully you guys will get to know me. Some of you already do if you follow me on social media. I do a lot of things, but my main job is I work for a major airline, and I am a flight attendant. I'm a mom, I'm a lupus warrior, and a lot of things. I like to speak, and I'm passionate about a lot of different various topics such as children, early childhood education, domestic violence, fighting and advocating for the rights of those with invisible diseases. So anytime you may catch me talking about any of those topics. But as for today, while you're here, I'm gonna just follow up with what I was talking about on Facebook, because on Facebook I asked a question, and the question is, what does it mean to have fear and do it anyway, right? So pushing through the fear, and that could be whether it's fear of an actual physical thing, fear of an actual space. Sometimes our fears are not tangible, whether it's just a fear of driving across the bridge, or being in the ocean, or getting on a plane. Some people are very afraid of planes. And some of our fears are just internal. Fear of being successful, fear of starting the business, fear to become a parent or be a mom. Like you fear like you're gonna be a bad parent due to whatever, the unknown, or you didn't grow up with the best situation in your own life. And then some of them are tangible fears, right? Fear of spiders, fear of lizards, fear of bugs. I mean, if you live in Texas or Florida and you know what I'm talking about, and you don't like lizards, or one of them gets in your house, it's a real fear. Like if a lizard gets in this house, we're not sleeping till the lizard is caught and put outside. Do you hear me? So we just talked about fear a little bit on my life, on my live, just because I wanted to just see what are people really afraid of, but also what's your response to that fear, and what are you doing to overcome the fear? I talked a little bit about being a flight attendant, and two of my biggest fears is being afraid of heights and water. And it's like, yeah, I know. How are you a flight attendant and you are afraid of heights and water? Well, I did a couple of things to help prepare me for that. One of them was going ziplining to face my fear. My friend literally had to push me off the thing to do the zip line, but I did it, and it was exhilarating. And once I accomplished it, I was like, oh, okay, this ain't that bad, right? And then I was in Vegas, and I went to every ride on the Stratosphere. I don't know if you guys have been to the Stratosphere Hotel, but all of the rides like go off the side of the hotel, and like you're like literally swinging in midair. And so I wouldn't call that exhilarating. I thought I was gonna pass out, but it forced me to face my fears. Another thing I did is I went on a boat in the Bahamas, where I was pulled on a banana boat, like a little raft, and me and my friends are just pulled into the middle of the ocean so that we can see the dolphins. And so one of the things that pushing me to face my fears has done is, on the other side of your fear is usually something super dope, super exhilarating or some sort of success, right? Had I not gotten on the boat in the Bahamas, I would have missed the cool little viewing the dolphins up close and getting to feed them, all because I wanted to stay on the shore. Some of us in life stay on the shore. We don't want to go out. We don't want to go to the deep end. We don't want to go to even get our toes wet. But I want to encourage you today, if you're watching this video, to pick one thing. I know you might have multiple things, but pick one thing and try to make it a goal to face that fear. If you're afraid of planes, book a flight. And I'm not saying book a long flight. Like, don't go to Hawaii or anything like that. Like, don't overkill on your first flight. Like, that's too much, right? But you know, if it's less than 2 hours, an hour, something within a 2-hour range, so it's a short flight, you know, that you have to get through. But book the flight and get on there, and then when you get back, journal how you felt and journal what happened once you got to your destination. What cool thing were you able to experience and see by just facing your fear? Fear sometimes holds us. I know another fear for me is the fear of becoming successful. I'm highly talented in a lot of areas, and I do different things, and I have all these great visions, but I feel like sometimes I self-sabotage, if we're just gonna be real. If we're keeping it real, me and you, we can keep it real. I self-sabotage because I'm afraid of being successful. So for 2021, one of the things that I'm really trying to do is step out of my comfort zone. I really want to be in alignment with what my purpose and my destiny is. And a part of that will be being successful, being a successful entrepreneur, being successful in bringing my visions to life, being successful leader, servant leader in nonprofit organizations, and in my community. You have to be able to be in front of people and do things well. And sometimes it's like you kind of like, well, what will people think of me? Or what will happen if I go this far? Or what will happen if I do make that $1 million? But guess what? You'll never know until you try. And you'll never know until you do it. And even if you fail, you can fail forward. You have an opportunity to redo it or do something different. And you can just take it as a lesson. I've had multiple businesses. Some failed, some didn't, some are still in the works. But I am confident in knowing that I'm on the right track, that I'm not going to give up, that I'm going to face this fear, and that I'm going to do what I need to do to bring it to fruition and bring it to pass. So anyways, I will probably be doing some more videos about all of those things, and hopefully you guys, I'm going to bring you with me on this journey because I feel like it's important, right? Entrepreneurship is important because it creates generational wealth, and it creates legacy for you to pass on and for you to share with your family or friends or whomever you want to bring along on your journey. And it's important, for the economy, right? That we have successful, thriving businesses. So I want to bring you guys with me on that journey. For those of you that may be afraid to step out and start the business, right? Start the podcast, start the boutique, or get in front of the camera, go live, start the YouTube channel. Do you know how long I've wanted to start a YouTube channel? Everybody always says, you know how to talk to people. You're not afraid to get in front of the camera. Why don't you? I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I end up like doing it on my own in some other way, but it's never been like focused content. So I'm working on it. And I hope that you guys will support me in this journey by subscribing to my channel, hitting that like button, and then following your girl. I would love for you guys all to be a part of Team Takeoff and watch me on this journey as I start from zero. And as I grow and I grow my audience and my territory is expanded, because I do believe I have great wisdom in some areas and value that someone needs to hear, or I may share something about my life that someone can relate to or maybe feeling the same way, and I just encourage them that day. So either you get advice or encouragement or inspiration, that is what my channel will be here for. And I'm glad that you guys will be here to join me on this journey. And like I said, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and thank you guys for being here with me. And until next time, love and light.
And I know it, you can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I might go first.